Alright, hello, 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 hello. Are we good? Are we back? Thought I had everything alright. I thought I had everything correct, but, yeah. Yeah, so the thing, I guess what happened was that, for some reason, like, my external hard drive likes to turn off and on automatically for no reason. Like, I will literally not touch anything. Like, I won't even do anything, and it'll just automatically turn on and off with the blue light. And it's like, well, I know that you can come on with a white light, but then you always want to be a blue light and come on and off inconveniently. So that's likely what happened. So, just in case you guys are aware of that, no need to panic, no need to worry, don't start asking questions. I'm just telling you, just a little bit of a technical difficulty happened. If it happens again, I'll just go ahead and restart it again, and I'll restream again. If it continues to be a recurring problem, then I'll just have to reschedule all this to a different day. But no need to fear, nothing's too bad. Just that kind of happened out of nowhere. So sorry about all that, but hopefully everybody's good. Can you guys hear me before we get started, before we get back to this? Go ahead. Type that. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So, hopefully there should be no other problems. I believe there should be no other problems, but I had to stop the draft clock, obviously, but we should be good. Alright. Clock's back running. For those that just missed it, yes, I picked Bailey for number 9 on the draft. So, you have that. See here. Just about 1,030,000 seconds away. If you guys are following the chat, we're down to 9 picks. We're about to have our 10th pick, so we're down 10 picks, 30 to go with our single draft picks, plus 8 tag team picks as well at the end of this whole draft. Let it be said that this is my first time doing something of this nature, so obviously errors were going to happen or occur, and they did, but hopefully I can try to clarify and clear that up down the line. Okay, here. 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Cool. Cool. I want to thank everybody for still joining us and sticking by with this whole bullshit that's going on. Alright, so a little tidbit aside, let's go ahead and get back to business here. Alright, 20 seconds away. Again, regardless of what happened, I still got a big pick coming for my 10th pick. I got my top 10. I got 9 already in the bank. I've got 9 already in store. And now I'm going to go to my 10th pick. Obviously, this one is going to be an obvious pick, but a correct pick. So, with my 10th pick to the Newscast draft, he is the current IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion from Ira, Japan, the Golden Star himself, Kota Ibushi, a man that has had already a stellar 2021, winning the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom this past January. And this man is on top of the world right now, being a double champion, and he is currently the ace of New Japan. So Kota Ibushi coming into my draft pick, a man that can go high when he wants to like a cruiserweight, but man, he can throw hands and he can fight just as much of a heavyweight as anybody else can. I do feel that Kota Ibushi is somebody that he might look young to you, but the man's 38 years old. He was born in 1982. It's crazy to see how someone like Kota Ibushi is truly a little bit older than you might let off to be, but nonetheless here, I know people are going to go by this whole notion of age and everything, and I'll be honest, I'm trying to keep my roster leaning more towards the younger side of things, admittedly. But I do feel as well that if you are, you know, truly great in your talent or potential or your skill set, that I can make exception and bring you into the fold. But yes, Kota Ibushi's number 10. Look at my roster, folks. Let's look at the ticker as it just goes from left to right here. Right to left, excuse me. We got Okada 1, Reigns 2, Moxley 3, Omega 4, Shirai 5, 6 Walter, 7 Shingo Takagi, 8 Hikaru Shida, 9 Bailey, 10 Ibushi. Come on, man. Come on, man. My roster is pretty damn dope. Because it is dope. And it's about to get even more doper with this 11th pick. Let's not waste any time here. My 11th pick of the draft. My 11th pick of the draft here is going to go to Big E. That's right, another bit of a surprise pick you may have not thought I would have picked, but he is from Tampa, Florida. Rookie year 2009. His finish with a big ending. The current Intercontinental Champion, a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, by the way. A multiple-time Tag Team Champion of SmackDown and WWE. A NXT Champion. A lot of people forget that he was an NXT Champion back in the days when NXT, to me, was still great. But Big E is somebody who's starting to gain traction. He's somebody I feel has never been given a big shake when it came to singles competition. Obviously, with him being a part of the New Day and his tag team success, that should go without saying. But someone like Big E, to me, I feel has a lot of potential as a singles wrestler. He's a guy that could be a lot of importance to people that put him in that same caliber. He is somebody that a lot of people should invest in a singles career. I vote for the Big E, former Langston. So there you go, Big E. Big E is number 11. Yeah, you're damn right, big boy. This roster was real. With my tutelage and my mental IQ in terms of wrestling and in terms of my booker sense, can you imagine the toys I could play with here with this roster? It's pretty damn unbelievable. It's pretty great. It's like I'm playing EWR again. Oh, good times, good times, good times. Maybe I should open that up once again and just play it for boredom out of keeps. I don't know. Maybe I should. Anyways, Big E is number 11. Let me go ahead and make that official. Got my big ticker here for Big E. Pause. But, anyways, we're going to be down to our pick in about 10 seconds here. This is a pick that I was contemplating on a lot, but I feel that I cannot ignore star power and potential draw. I can't do it, and I have to do it here. My number 12 draft pick for this Newscast draft is to the boss, Sasha Banks. Born in 1992, that means I'm a year older than her. And her birthday's in about 2 days, by the way. From Boston, Massachusetts, Banks' statement, current SmackDown Women's Champion, a former NXT Champion, a former Raw Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Sasha Banks is one of the most decorated wrestlers in WWE today, in my opinion. Sasha Banks is somebody that I feel that initially I was not truly a fan of at first. And quite frankly, I'm still a little iffy on this whole boss gimmick that she does. But I cannot deny presence, I cannot deny potential, and I cannot deny charisma. And Sasha Banks is somebody that whenever she comes out to the stage, she brings a passion and presence that any GM or booker would love to have on their roster. So number 12 will go to the boss, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. Look at this woman roster that I'm already building to be great here. I got Io Shirai, I got Hikaru Shida, I've got Bailey, I've got Sasha Banks. Woo! It's looking nice. Looking real nice in here. Damn. Anyways, we're down to our 12 picks here. If you guys have your picks, you guys can post them on the chat. And we can compare rosters, we can compare picks, we can do all that fun stuff because this is interactive. We're here to be interactive, folks. That's the name of the game. Because that's what we're here to do. And because I love you guys. I guess. I don't know if I'm obligated to say that. Maybe. Anyways. Awkward. But nonetheless, we've got 12 picks down. And I believe we've got 26 to go. Oh, sorry, 28 to go. I told you I was a little bit tired. But anyways, number 13 pick for my AECW Newscast draft period. Another big hitter that packs a small punch. Number 13 coming into the AECW Newscast draft is Pac from All Elite Wrestling from Newcastle upon Tyne, England. Rookie year 2004, finishes the Brutalizer and the Red Arrow. A one-time former NXT champion as Adrian Neville. One-time Open the Dream Gate champion in Dragon Gate. He is a guy that is looking for singles gold in AEW. He hasn't found it yet, but he's getting closer and closer. I feel like Pac is one of the best wrestlers in the world today, bar none. I think Pac is somebody, just like I talked about Moxley earlier, has truly reinvented the wheel. He has truly made himself to become a powerful force in AEW. He is somebody that is just skilled and fluid in the wrestling he does, and he has really built himself to be a character among characters, a king among thieves, a king among cruiserweights. So Pac going to be number 13 into my Newscast draft. I tell you what, man, I hire the best. I hire the best professionals behind the background here. Man, I mean, as you're watching this whole thing go down, just look at the roster below that you're witnessing here. Now, if I was a millionaire, if not a billionaire, oh my goodness, if I was a billionaire, and first of all, you would never know it, but if I was a millionaire or a billionaire, and I was able just to buy these wrestlers and just use them the way I want to use them in shows and events, man, oh, I'd be having the funnest time in the world. It's awesome. Nonetheless, Pac is number 13. I really do think Pac is one of the best wrestlers in the world today. I think he's somebody that, you know, he was a great Cruiserweight champion back in 205 Live, but I felt like his ceiling was much higher. Way, way higher. And I think Pac, for that reason, is one of the greatest. And quite frankly, my next pick is arguably at equal standing, if not better, than Pac, as you'll see here. Number 14 into the Newscast draft here. A guy that has really been the king of spades as of late here. The man known as Rey Fenix of AEW All Elite Wrestling from Mexico City, Mexico. Born December 30th. His finish with the Phoenix Driver. His greatest accomplishments. Current AAA Tag Team Champion with Pentagon. And a former AAA Mega Champion. Obviously losing that to Kenny Omega, the current AAA Mega Champion. Dude, Rey Fenix to me, to call him simply like the modern version of Rey Mysterio is doing disservice to Rey Fenix. The man can fly like no one's business. He is so fluid in the way he is able to commit on moves in the ring, and he's able to tag with his partner and his brother Pentagon. His match that he's had with Pentagon, with Pac, with Adam Page, with Kenny Omega, you know, those type of matches, with Viking Del Higo Del Vikingo. All those matches, you put them together, you see how Rey Fenix is really being built as one of the best in his era. And Rey Fenix, he's somebody that I can't let slip. I can't let him slip from my stable. I can't let him slip from my roster. No way possible. Not going to happen. So there you go. Number 14 is Rey Fenix. I rolled that R a little bit too soft. Rey Fenix! Alright, probably not Justin Roberts good, but close enough. Close enough. Anyways, we're down to 15. We're down 15 picks, folks. 15 picks. With 25 left to go. This has been a fun draft. This has been a fun kind of way to do a newscast. Man, I will try to find more ways to be more interactive with you guys during the newscast, but man, I tell you what, I told you I was going to try to be more interactive with the newscast this year, and this is just one way to do it, I feel. Anyways, 10 seconds left for our next pick, our number 15 pick here. And again, I'm talking about potential. I'm talking about who are the best at what they're doing at the current moment. And it's just another pick, another easy pick here. Number 15 pick here for the newscast draft is an anxious Millennium Cowboy, Hangman Adam Page. My drunk brother from another mother here, from all the wrestling from Aaron's Creek, Virginia. His rookie year 2008, finisher the Buckshot Lariat. A former AEW World Tag Team Champion with Kenny Omega. Him and Omega having that outstanding, arguably greatest tag team match of all time with the Young Bucks at AEW Revolution last year. Hangman Adam Page has been a mysterious one to me because I always knew Adam Page had something when he was in ROH from New Japan. He had a stellar G1, his final G1 that he had. But then he goes to AEW and he completely reinvents himself as a top future star. Mark my words, folks. Adam Page is not only going to be a future world champion here in my newscast draft, but he's going to be a future AEW world champion or world champion in general. Adam Page is somebody that he really does have the look. He has the presence now. He has the attitude. His mic skills have improved, and his in-ring skills speak for itself. I do think Adam Page is someone to invest in going down the road. And I have spoken. There you go. Number 15. Oh, not number 13. That's Pac. Adam Page. There we go. All right. We have 15 picks so far. So we got 1 Omega, 2 Reigns, 3 Moxley, 4 Omega, IEO, Walter 6, Shingo 7, Hikaru is 8, Bailey is 9, 10 is Kota, 11 is Big E, 12 is Sasha, 13 is Pac, 14 is Rey, and 15 is Adam Page. Awesome. Just awesome. You really can't argue. It's just too good. It's just too good. All right, number 10 here. Got number 10 on the way here. And this pick here, I mean, it's an easy pick, but you might be shocked as to why he might be this low on the totem pole, if you will. Number 16 pick of the newscast draft has to go with Mr. Destino himself out of New Japan, Tetsuya Naito from Tokyo, Japan, rookie year 2006, finisher the Destino and Starlight Press as well. Greatest accomplishments, 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Just lost the IWGP Championship to Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom a couple weeks ago. Now, you might be surprised, why is Naito this low a little bit? I was debating in the sense that, I don't know, I thought, Naito is really good. He's a very IQ-oriented wrestler in the sense that he knows how to plan and wrestle when he is in the ring. He makes the best work for his opponents and his stablemates and what have you. But the man is also injury prone, and he's kind of getting up there with age. He's not the spring chicken that he once was like mere 5 years ago. And he's been having some less than stellar outings as of late in New Japan. So I had to kind of decrease his value a little bit, but I still had to take Naito. The man has accomplished a lot in his career in New Japan, and I had to take him regardless. Number 16, Tetsuya Naito. There you go. Tetsuya Naito. A man that can never have his own moment at Wrestle Kingdom. And the one time he finally gets his moment by winning the title, Kenta attacks him like a dick. It was funny, don't get me wrong. But again, it's like, come on, let the Naito bros get their moment. Let them have their shine, if you will. Alright, number 16 is Tetsuya Naito. Alright, more draft picks are coming your way. Number 17 draft pick here. This one, you might not think she is this high on the totem pole, but quite frankly, I will disagree with you. And I'll explain why when I make this pick be revealed. But let's get to our number 17th pick here for the newscast draft. Number 17 over here in the Newscast draft, Deonna Purrazzo. That's right. The virtuosa herself from Impact Wrestling from Hackettstown, New Jersey, rookie year 2013. The master of the Fujiwara armbar, the current two-time Impact Wrestling Knockout Champion. I don't think a lot of you people understand if you haven't been following or watching Impact as of late, but I do think Deonna is the best wrestler in that company, and quite frankly, that doesn't do her any justice. I think Deonna Purrazzo is one of the best wrestlers in any mainstream promotion going today. I really do believe that. I think Deonna Purrazzo, and the way she tries to structure her wrestling, the way she tries to carry herself, and the way she just has improved over the years as to where she is now, I think there's someone like Deonna Purrazzo you cannot pass up on. And if you want to have an emerging women's division, that's somebody you got to have in your division. So, Knockout Champion Deonna Purrazzo from Impact coming in at number 17. See that? Hakeem is no joke. Hakeem thinks smart, because that's what GMs do. Alright. We're at 17 here. 17 draft picks. We're about halfway done here, folks. We are about halfway done. Man. And added to the fact that I gotta keep myself awake. I tell you what, folks, like, I love you guys. You guys are cool, but man, when I tell you guys I've been tired all week, I have been tired. But nonetheless, I'm here because I wanted to do this with you guys, and you know, I wanted to have some fun for once with this newscast. I do it every time, anyways, but this one in particular is gonna be one of my favorite ones in particular. But anyways, we get to number 18 of this draft. And I have to have this one because you can't ignore potential, no matter how much it annoys you. Number 18 in the draft pick here, from All Elite Wrestling, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. The little bastard, as Tony Schiavone would once say. From Plainview, Long Island, New York, rookie year 2015, the Salt of the Earth is his finisher, one-time MLW World Tag Team Champion, with Richard Holiday of the MLW group known as the Dynasty. With him, Richard, Alex Hammerstone, and the former Gino Medina, but that didn't go out as planned. But nonetheless, that's old news. We're talking about new news, the fact that he's now a part of the Inner Circle. Him and Jericho winning that triple threat tag match at Dynamite this week. You know, MJF is like, what, 23, 24 years old, and he's this good. He's not even a seasoned wrestler yet. He's this good. Imagine when he becomes truly polished. And I'm not about to pass up potential like that with someone that can talk the talk and quite frankly walk the walk in the ring like MJF. But I'm picking MJF, number 18, in this newscast draft. For sure. Absolutely for sure. I know a lot of people are skeptical of how heels are these days, but quite frankly, man, we need heels like MJF. Can they be a little overbearing? Sure. But he's one of those people that can really elicit a response and a true reaction that a lot of heels either can't do or just don't understand how to do. And I will always appreciate someone like MJF to get the best out of what he's being given or what he's doing. I have to appreciate that. So, number 18 is MJF. Stop typing loud! God, you hire the best professionals. They want to act all like they're the best because they're making the best draft picks. Oh, I'm making the best draft picks for Hakeem. You're here because I allowed it! Damn it. Alright, compose yourself, Hakeem. You're doing a good job. Don't ruin this right now. Alright, okay. Alright, anyways. We're on number 19. Number 19. My number 19 pick here. Dude, I have to get this person before it gets picked up any further. I have to. Number 19 pick here on the newscast draft here is none other than the top cruiserweight of the world, quite frankly, Hiromu Takahashi from New Japan, from Hajochi, Tokyo, Japan. His rookie year was 2010. Finisher was a time bomb. He is the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He currently won the Super J Cup. Sorry, not Super J Cup. The Best of the Super Juniors tournament. I got my tournaments mixed up. He is currently, to me, the best cruiserweight in the world right now. He's like cruiserweight, featherweight, light heavyweight, whatever you want to call it. He is the best in terms of how he's able to be an eccentric character, but he can pull out those high-flying moves. He can pull out that high-octane assault in all of his matches. He had a phenomenal matchup with Taiji Shimori at Wrestle Kingdom. He had a pretty good matchup with El Fantasmo the night before as well. I have to have someone like Hiromu Takahashi if I want to build something in my roster. Because I want my roster to be forward. I want someone like Hiromu Takahashi in my league. Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't? Alright. Well, I'll get that correct here. I'm going to get all these names correct here in this draft, because damn it, we're professionals. Damn it. Alright. Got Hiromu Takahashi. Again, as I'm making these picks, just look at the ticker. Just look at the ticker. Look at how great it is. Just look at it. Looking at all these names: Omega, Reigns, Okada, Moxley, Banks, Bayley, Shida, Pac, Page, Naito, Takahashi. Damn! Whew! It just hits you, man. Once again, if you guys are playing along, you guys can post your roster picks as we're going along this whole draft. You can post and find out how we compare and how we do with one another. You are more than welcome to do so. Absolutely. All right, we are down to number 20. We're going to get to the halfway mark, finally. And this one, a little bit low on the totem pole, but I had to get him. The number 20 pick here from WWE in my draft league, Kevin Owens. Absolutely, from Maryville, Quebec, Canada. Rookie year 2000. The finisher is the pop-up powerbomb. None of this stunner shit. That will not be allowed by Kevin Owens in my league here. Absolutely not. Hate when he does that stunner. Anyways, greatest accomplishments: former NXT champion, former PWG champion, former Universal champion, former Ring of Honor champion. He has won a lot of world titles in his career. Ones that you might not consider quote-unquote world titles, but he's won them nonetheless. And he's one of the more eccentric and charismatic characters in wrestling, still to this day. Granted, he's getting his ass whipped like Roman Reigns almost every time and doesn't learn from it until recently, but nonetheless, Kevin Owens is still a commodity. You know, and I've met his twin Owenstein. He tells me a lot of good things about Kevin Owens, so I gotta take Owenstein at his word and bring him into the fold. But Kevin Owens, number 20 in the Newscast draft. All right, and as I get ready to type Kevin Owens here, we are officially in the halfway mark of this draft. Woo! All right. So we banged out the first 20. Now we just got the last 20 to do, and then we've got our 8 tag teams ready in the chamber. Just going a little bit by fast, you know. Everything's fine. Everything's all right. We're doing good. We're doing fine. We're living good. We're living life. Love it. Like a Kevin Owens t-shirt. Stun. Owens stun. Quite frankly, it's kind of a hidden rule with me, but unless you hit it with such grit and stank like Stone Cold did, I don't want to see you hit the stunner. I really don't. There was one time Velvet Sky in Impact hit a stunner during her quote-unquote badass face back in Impact during the dying years, and it sucked. Bad. Ugh. Anyways, I need to cleanse my mind and mouth from all that, but we're going into number 21, folks. 21. Who am I picking here? Oh, I know. Because this one's a kind of an easy pick, too. Number 21 into my league here for the ACW Newscast draft. Darby Allin. My boy. My little boy. Little turtle man. Born January 7, 1993 from Seattle, Washington. Rookie year 2015. He's only been wrestling for 6 years. Finisher is the coffin drop. Current AEW TNT champion. Had an outstanding title match with Brian Cage last week, and has had quite the run facing the likes of Cody Rhodes and Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho. Darby Allin is one of those people that, you know, you look at him and he's like, what can he really offer? What can he really provide that I can get from someone else? He provides an aura, and that is something that's deeply missing in today's professional wrestling. A lot of people act or pretend to have that aura, but Darby Allin is someone that really exudes that aura that he displays every Wednesday night on TNT. But yes, Darby Allin had to bring him in. Had to bring him in. Couldn't let that potential go to waste. But he is number 21 in the Newscast draft. Absolutely. Can you imagine Darby Allin and Kevin Owens, the match that they're going to have in my league? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am a sadist in a lot of ways, folks. If you thought Brian Cage, what he did to Darby last week was bad, oh man. You have no idea. None whatsoever. Alright. We're about 30 seconds away from our 22nd pick here. I'm telling you, these are going by fast. I did not realize how fast these are going. Alright. Anyways, if you guys are still joining us here, you guys can post your picks and reveal in the comments in the live chat what your picks are as we go round by round, pick by pick. Anyways, number 22 is coming up, and yes, I understand this pick is a bit low, probably quite low, but I'll explain why when we get to it. But the number 22nd pick for the Newscast draft tonight is going to be the Scottish Brute himself, Drew McIntyre, from the WWE from Ayr, Scotland. Rookie year 2001 from his devastating finisher called the Claymore. He is obviously the current WWE champion. Now, I know a lot of people thought, well, Hakeem, why did you not have him in your top 5, top 10, not even top 15? Well, the fact of the matter is that Drew McIntyre, I like the dude. The guy can wrestle fine, the guy can speak fine, he delivers fine, he's got a good size on him. But I do feel that Drew McIntyre, his criticism has always been that he's always been missing that one thing. Now, I'm not saying that he's worse today than he was back then, because that's clearly not the case. But I do think that Drew McIntyre is someone like, I see just more with someone like a Big E than a Drew McIntyre. Or I see something more in a Shingo Takagi than a Drew McIntyre. Or even a Darby Allin or MJF. And that's only the reason why. But I was going to let Drew McIntyre go by the wayside. Not at all. Not at all whatsoever. So, Drew McIntyre joining the Newscast League here, number 22. I know the guy just went through a battle of COVID-19. Hopefully, I believe he's recovered, but we've got to see him doing well. Hopefully, everyone that has come to contact or is currently suffering from it is recovering quite well, and hopefully you are able to beat that said virus. So, pulling for all of you guys out there. But Drew McIntyre obviously defending that WWE title against Goldberg at the Rumble next week. I know a lot of people have had their opinions and mixed reactions about all that, but hey, the business is the business. And I mean, look, if you want my honest opinion, we'll probably do a Royal Rumble prediction show sometime next week if I have the time, but I don't think Goldberg's winning. If you want my honest opinion, I do think Drew McIntyre will best Goldberg come a Royal Rumble. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Who knows? Nonetheless, I don't think I'm an idiot for this pick though, because this is my 23rd pick, and this is one that I had to bring in. For my 23rd pick here in the Newscast draft for my league, from AEW, Eddie Kingston, the Mad King himself, from Yonkers, New York. Standing at 6'1", his rookie year was 2002. His finish with a devastating back fist. In the future, a former Chikara Grand Champion and a two-time AEW World Champion out of Chicago. You know, Eddie Kingston, I've followed this dude for a lot of years. And his work with CZW, Chikara, AEW, and the other promotions. And now that he's here, finally getting his shot, his chance to be a part of a big league such as AEW, that man deserves all the success that he's getting currently right now, because, quite frankly, Eddie Kingston is somebody that his ring set, his arsenal is unique to himself, but when that man has a mic, he's like a machine gun. He's a verbal machine gun, spraying all across the audience when he speaks. That man, that's a key. That is a gift that you do not let go when you see him. You realize that he'll be there for you, and then you pick him up and you use him for your lead. That is Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, number 22 in my league. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I don't mark out for many things in pro wrestling. I really don't. Because the state of professional wrestling is what it is. But when I heard that Eddie Kingston came out to accept Cody Rhodes' open challenge for the TNT title, and then when he impressed so much, had a good match and great promo beforehand, signs with AEW the next day or so, oh man, I was so belated. I was so happy for Eddie Kingston. So happy for that man. He deserves all the success in the world he gets. He has been too good to not be unsigned. I mean, to be unsigned everywhere. No way. And I'm glad AEW finally pulled the trigger and said, hey, come join us and be what you've always needed to be. Eddie Kingston, number 23 in this league as well. All right, number 24, the next pick. We haven't really picked a woman in a while, right? We haven't really picked a woman in this draft here, but it's time to start picking some lovely ladies in this draft here, shall we? Number 24 in the draft pick here is going to be Thunder Rosa from AEW. Now, granted, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, she's technically signed to NWA, but she is a liaison to AEW due to the working partnership, so therefore, she does technically count in this current vicinity. And my friend, this is NWA is inactive. That means her primary company at the moment is AEW. So, there you go. But nonetheless, from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, rookie year 2014, the finisher La Rosa, and is obviously a former NWA World Women's Champion, obviously performed as Cobra Moon, by the way, back in the days of Lucha Underground. Thunder Rosa is somebody that, you know, she knows her character, she plays it to her strengths, and she is very confident every time she's in front of the ring, whether she's speaking, whether she's wrestling, or whether she's just moving, period. And with my women's division that I'm building up, there's no way I couldn't ignore someone like Thunder Rosa, who is also teaching a lot of future women to be wrestlers as well, back down in her promotion, Mission Pro Wrestling, which you should all check out, by the way, if you don't have the chance yourself. So yeah, Thunder Rosa, number 24 in my draft. Had to have her. She's too valuable not to have her. Alright. We're down to 25 here. That means we got 15 draft picks left after this 25th pick. We got 15 draft picks. Holy crap. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, looking at your guys' draft picks in the live chat here. You guys are picking some interesting picks here. Let's see. Some of you guys have 24-24. So you got Peyton Royce. You got Heather Monroe. 23 pick here was Brian Pillman Jr. on the live chat. Saw Carmella pick here. 21 was Ishii. Wow. Interesting picks there. But down to my 25th pick here. Going back to the land of the yellow, if you will. My number 25th pick here from WWE NXT, Santos Escobar, formerly known as El Rio de Fantasma. From Mexico City, Mexico, rookie year 2000, the Phantom DDT. As he finishes off his opponents, he is the current NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Now, I've always been a fan of El Hijo del Fantasma, or Ken Cuerno, if you will, from Lucha Underground. I've always liked the way he wrestled. I've always liked the way he promoted himself when he was in the ring, when he would always be something of a nuisance to his opponents. But ever since this whole new phase of being Santos Escobar, he's truly changed himself for the better. He's really renovated himself to being a very well-mannered and really proper character to where he can really carry and lead a division like he is right now with the Cruiserweight division. And I haven't really seen someone do something like that since, quite frankly, Pac or Adrian Neville. So I have to bring in Santos Escobar. He's coming in to my league. And not just that he has a necessary Cruiserweight, he can be heavyweight as well. That's all good. Nothing wrong with that. We do open weights here. Something wrong with that. 25, Santos Escobar. I actually do enjoy Santos Escobar. I really do. So one of those rare gems I've talked about with EO earlier on. He's one of those rare gems in NXT where I don't watch the brand. I do find NXT to be completely mediocre, quite frankly, compared to especially to its glory years. But there are still some hidden gems that if you look close enough, they're there for the picking. They're ripe for the picking. And I think Santos is somebody that has done a good job coming into WWE, quite frankly, and has made a quite comfortable name for himself. He's not been buried. Let's put it that way. I mean, granted, that may come down the road when it comes down to it, but for right now, he's doing a good job. Number 26, I'm going out of left field. This might be one that you might not expect me to pick here, but I'm really intrigued by this pick in a lot of ways. Number 26 here for the league here, my draft pick here from MLW. The man, the Hammerman himself, Alexander Hammerstone from Major League Wrestling from Glendale, Arizona. Born January 17, 1991, so he's about, less than 2 months older than me. Anyways, rookie year 2013 is finished with a Stonebreaker. He is a current MLW National Openweight Champion, was a part of the dynasty with MJF and Richard Holiday and Gino Medina of the dynasty. Alex Hammerstone is someone that I'm really surprised has not been signed by a big company, really. Not saying that he doesn't belong in MLW, because I do enjoy his work in MLW, but quite frankly, he's someone that you would think WWE would pick up by now. Hell, I'm even a little surprised AEW or even Impact hasn't went for a go at him and tried to pick him up as well. But I do think Alex Hammerstone in the next 2 to 3 years will be a part of a major organization down the road. There's no way he can't be, in my opinion. But Alex Hammerstone, number 26, in my draft pick here. Absolutely. So I typed these names under this ticker here. My roster is really filling up quite well, folks. I don't know how your rosters are looking like. I mean, I haven't really looked through the chat to see it, but man, my roster's looking pretty swank. Got a lot of potential superstars here. I mean, you got Big E, you got Hangman Page, you got Alex Hammerstone. You know, you got all these names that I'm picking out of the hat. Walter, I picked earlier, that no one thought I could really pick early. MJF, obviously, his former Dynasty cohort. I'm just picking who I feel is best suited for my league and what I can implement and do with them. That's all. All right, number 27. Number 27. Number 27 is another draft pick. Going back to the land of yellow once again. This might be a pick that you might not expect me to pick, quite frankly, but it's a favorite of mine. Number 26, from the Undisputed Era of NXT, Kyle O'Reilly from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Rookie year was 2005, finishes the Action Smash, a former 3-time NXT Tag Team Champion, and obviously former 1-time Ring of Honor Champion as well. Part of the former team as the Dragon with Bobby Fish as part of the Undisputed Era. Quite frankly, I think to me, my personal opinion, Kyle O'Reilly is the best Undisputed Era member. And yes, that is above Adam Cole, quite frankly. I apologize, but I do think Kyle O'Reilly, I don't know if he has the most potential to go anywhere in WWE, but he definitely will have potential in my league, absolutely, for sure. Because I think Kyle O'Reilly is someone that he is a ground and pound and striker. If you cannot combat him with his moves, you will just have to submit, or you will have to simply be beat down to oblivion. And that is something I love, endorse violence, and it's coming to the league of the draft. Absolutely. Sounded a little bit masochist there, but it's my draft. I can be as much masochist as I want. Don't get that drop. Don't even do it. Don't even try it. All right, there we go. Don't wanna misspell Kyle O'Reilly's name. A lot of Irish people get mad at me for that. I mean, granted, last night they were mad too, but you know, that's your fault. Stop drinking shit Jameson and being a mark for Conor McGregor, and then you'll get somewhere in life. Who'd have thought? Alright, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. And maybe the tough titties. I'm not sure. We'll find out as this draft comes to an almost immediate Almost immediate close. Oh my god. Oh boy. Anyways, number 28 pick. A far left field pick, but I have to snatch her. Number 28 pick for the draft here from Stardom, Sayuri from Donda del Mondo. Born February 8, 1989, Ibina, Japan is where her birthplace is. Rookie year 2008. Her finisher, Gracias, the current SWA Women's Champion. As I just stated, part of the stable in Stardom, Donda del Mondo. Quite frankly, she's the best member of that group. I know you people love Julia. I know you people are a little enticed to play. I know some of you guys like some big meaty girls like Micah and Mika. I know you guys like them, but to me, my choice is Sayuri. She is one of the best wrestlers, quite frankly, maybe arguably the best wrestler behind Mayu in Stardom, quite frankly. And quite frankly as well, she's had her battles with and against the likes of Kana, aka Asuka from WWE, and Hikaru Shida from AEW, who I picked earlier. But yeah, I'm bringing her back. I want her to be a part of a women's division that I'm going to mold, and I want her to thrive in that division. So, I am picking Sayuri. I understand that she had a great match with, I believe, who was it, just a few short days ago. Did she have the match with Momo yet, or no? Or I might be thinking of somebody else. She carried Julia to her greatest match ever in that draw a couple weeks back, but I can't think of the name, but she had a great match a couple days ago that I need to check out as soon as I get a chance, but yeah, there you go. Sayuri, my pick here for the draft from Stardom. Stardom going through an interesting phase as of late right now, with certain freelancers and certain stables being created. Interesting times for the promotion. All right, number 29. Got to start it hot. Got to start it spicy. You feel what I'm saying? Number 29 in the draft pick here is the absolute Ricky Starks. Born February 21st, 1994 from New Orleans, Louisiana. Rookie year 2011. His finisher is the Arms of Orion, the former NWA television champion. I believe the first NWA television champion of the modern era as late as 2 years ago, I believe. But anyways, Rookie Starks being a part of AEW after accepting Cody Rhodes challenge the TNT Championship. Impressed a lot of people in that company so much that Big Dime's Tony Khan was able to sign Ricky Starks immediately following that match. And now he's a part of AEW, and more specifically, a part of the greatest faction in wrestling today, Team Taz. Team Taz is the greatest group in wrestling today. I will not argue with you. I will hear no arguments, period, because you're just simply wrong, period. But nonetheless, had to get Ricky Starks. Had to get that man here. I tell you what, Ricky Starks, that dude Ricky Starks, he is going to be a future. He is going to be an AEW World Champion for sure. Absolutely, he is going to be a future AEW World Champion. He's got too much charisma, too much poise, too much presence, and his skills ain't even bad in the ring either. I know a lot of people think that he's kind of overrated in the ring. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. When he breaks away from Team Taz, man, you're going to see absolute star power from Ricky Starks. He just oozes charisma and machismo. He's got his comparisons to Razor Ramon and The Rock, but Ricky Starks is making his little mold of his own, and I like him for that. Plus, he has one of the best themes in AEW today, too, so that also helps. All right, we are down to number 30. Holy crap, we are about done almost. We have 10 picks left. After this 30th pick, we've got 10 picks left. This next pick, I've got to pick someone that likes to destroy his opponents. Number 30 from WWE is Bobby Lashley. You damn right. Born July 16, 1976, from Denver, Colorado. Rookie year 2005. That means he's going on 15 to 16 years now. His finisher is the spear. His greatest accomplishments, he is a current WWE US champion, and he is a former 4-time Impact World Champion. And if you want me to be honest with you, because I've said it in Newscast before, but I'll be happy to say it again, he is to me the greatest Impact World Champion of all time. I know a lot of you people will say AJ Styles. I know a lot of people will say Bobby Roode. They'll say Austin Aries. They'll say Roman Killings. They'll say all these other world champions that held the NWA, TNA, Impact, GFW World Champions. But here, this guy, Bobby Lashley, this man is power, strength, presence, and intimidation all rolled up in one. And that's somebody that you need when I'm talking about getting the absolute best of the best. Now, granted, I will give you this. Bobby Lashley is about, what, 45 now? So he's... Yo, I almost talked in Booby Lashley. That's crazy. Yo. Alright. Anyways. But I know Bobby Lashley's a little bit on the older side, but he still performs quite well when you give him the right opponents. And if you give him the right opponents, he will give you back some pretty good work. I think a lot of people need to go back and rewatch his TNA run, especially, in particular, his 2014-2015 run. Now, granted, TNA was not in the best shape back then, but he was one of the bright lights of that company at the time. Absolutely. All right. Shit, we're down to number 31, folks. We are almost done with this singles round of the draft picks here. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get to number 31. Number 31 in this draft pick. Moose from Impact Wrestling is number 31 from Atlanta, Georgia. Born April 23rd, 1984. Rookie year 2012. His finisher is also a spear because I swear everyone's finisher has to be a spear if they're big and strong. But anyways, he is a 2-time Impact Grand Champion. He is currently carrying around the former belt design of the TNA World Championship, even though he's not a World Champion at the moment. But, you know, Moose, a lot of people saw what he can do at Hard to Kill a couple of weeks ago in that great 6-man tag match in the main event. But Moose has been quite impressive. He is not the Moose from Ring of Honor that you once knew. He has truly impressed. He has truly improved in great space to where he's a credible and legitimate professional wrestler. And quite frankly, if I'm Impact Wrestling, it's now or never. 2021 is a year where Moose has got to be the world champion. It's either now or bust. No more stalling. No more beating around the bush. Make Moose the world champion. No questions asked. Listen, I like Rick. Look, listen. I like Rich Swann. He is a talented man. But I don't buy him as a world champion, in my opinion, on Impact right now. I just don't see it. Someone like Moose is right now waiting in the wings to really be that world champion, and he's not. I think it's time for Impact to either shit or get off the pot. Either Moose is going to be champion this year, or he's just going to be like Matt Morgan, to where you promised he was going to be the next big thing, he was going to be the next one, he was going to be the next world champion, and then you ultimately did not capitalize on it. You have got to go with Moose this year. No more excuses from Impact. Hell, he had a great show with Kenny Omega in the main event of your company, and you don't give him the world champion by then? Come on. Come on. Come on. Anyways, get to number 32. Number 32. Number 32 in my draft league here is none other than Dakota Kai. Going back to the woman once again, Dakota Kai from NXT, from Auckland, New Zealand, born May 6, 1988. Rookie year was 2007. Her finisher is a TTYL. Talk to you later. And greatest accomplishments is a former Artist of Stardom champion. So, granted, it's weird because the former Evie, if you will, has not been a champion in WWE. She competed in the Mae Young Classic, absolutely, but she has not been given any singles gold whatsoever during her time in WWE and quite frankly in NXT. And I think someone like Dakota Kai, who had a brilliant heel turn back in the Survivor Series 2 years ago, and it's clear that they're now focusing on Raquel Gonzalez, and I get it, I understand it, but I think Dakota Kai is somebody that if you really mold into something to your own vision, you can do a lot with her. So, for that reason alone, I'm going with Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai, a part of Hakeem's women's division. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that complains that my women's division is not getting TV time is getting fired, is getting banned, is getting blocked. Because I don't listen to that garbage. I don't listen to that bullshit. I mold it. I mold this division the way I see fit. Not how you see fit, how I see fit. Damn it. Alright. We're almost done here, folks. We got 8 picks left. We got 8 singles picks left. And they're starting to get a little difficult. They were getting difficult already, quite frankly, but now they're starting to get a little bit difficult, if you think about it. Go ahead and drink my water and get prepared here, because this one might be a doozy. Water. Best drink in the world. Alright. Let's get to number 23 here, please. 33. Sorry. Getting tired again. Anyways. The pick is in. Number 33. None other than Mustafa Ali. The leader of the worst faction going today, Retribution. Born March 28, 1986. From Chicago, Illinois. Rookie year 2003. His finisher is the 450 splash. And he is a one-time Dreamwave World Champion back in the hometown promotion in Chicago, Illinois. Kind of had to dig a little bit, but I was not going to give him an accomplishment of being the leader of the Retribution. You can go fuck yourself. What a horrible stable. What a horrible faction. Mustafa Ali and quite frankly Brendan Williams, who's mates over there in that group, they are way better. They are better than that faction. Me and him, I'm indifferent. And fuck T-Bag. Fuck Donovan Dijakovic. But nonetheless, Mustafa Ali is someone that if you can really use to your prime potential, he can be a star for you tomorrow. So, in my league, there will be none of that Retribution bullshit. He's going to get back to being the best Mustafa Ali that we all know he can be. So, there you go. 33. Mustafa Ali. And yes, I am aware. It almost sounds like Mufasa. I'm very aware. Mustafa! Mustafa! Ooh, that tickled. Mustafa! Yes, I am that much of a geek that I've always done that whenever I hear about Mustafa Ali. I don't care what you gotta say. I don't give a damn. Alright, that is draft pick number 33. We are like 7 picks away. You're about 7 picks away. And then we got our 8 tag teams to pick, and then we're done with the first ever Newscast draft. Alright. Are you guys ready? Alright. Goddamn monkeys in the background. Alright, number 34 pick in the draft of the Newscast draft. Say that 5 times fast. None other than Timothy Thatcher of WWE. Born March 17, 1983. From the greatest city in the world, Sacramento, California. My homie from another homie. Rookie year 2003. The finish of the Thatcher stretch. Almost said like Daffy Duck there. One-time Evolve World Champion. You know, Timothy Thatcher, I've seen Timothy Thatcher wrestle locally here, obviously, and the man is good. He's even very good at what he does in the ring. But the way that NXT portrays him, it makes it seem like he's a guy that can wrestle well, but he has no personality or he has nothing behind that. But I think that's just a product of where he's a part of to where it doesn't do him justice. And I think Timothy Thatcher, a man that has wrestled the likes of Walter and Darby Allin and the likes in WXW and Evolve and ICW and a lot of other European promotions, he's somebody that I want to bring into my league because I feel Timothy Thatcher can really put on a show that's not just also in-ring skills, but he's also great at bringing a presence whenever he puts in every single move set possible. Quite frankly, as Two-Tone early just said, he just won the fight pit with Tommaso Ciampa. He's actually undefeated. He defeated Matt Riddle in the first ever fight pit, by the way. So, I want to have Timothy Thatcher into my arsenal here. And folks, look at this. Look at this roster as we're getting down to 6 more picks. What a roster that I have. Look at this. Just look at it. It's greatness, because Hakeem is greatness. By the way, if you are joining us with this draft here, you guys can drop your draft picks and compare and contrast which picks were good for you and others. And we'll get a discussion going. But I'm having a really fun time doing this draft. I will try to fine-tune it next time, but this has been a fun draft. This has really been a truly fun draft. So, anyways, number 35. 35th draft pick on the Newscast draft here for this league. Kiera Hogan from Impact Wrestling. Still building that women's roster, I tell you what. From Atlanta, Georgia. Rookie year 2015. Finisher is the Roman face wash kick that she does. She is a one-time WoW Tag Team Champion. And all this data was done before Hard to Kill, because now she is also the current Impact Wrestling Knockouts Tag Team Champion, one half, alongside Tasha Steelz, excuse me, and they make the team of Fire and Flavor. They have been one of the unsung MVPs of Impact Wrestling last year during this whole pandemic that's been going along. They've really been truly an entertaining delight whenever they're on screen. And now that they are the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, they truly deserve that mantle. And someone like Kiera Hogan, I've been really impressed with. She's someone that is still wrestling relatively young, but she is someone that she can mold into being a true superstar. And I'm bringing in Kiera Hogan as number 35. I mean, quite frankly, you've seen the Instagram pictures. The Instagram pictures are gonna make it feel a certain type of way. Kiera, call me, please, call me, please. Whew. All right, that was a little bit too emotional for my well-being, but still, Kiera, call me. All right, Kiera Hogan, number 35. We are now down to 5 more singles picks. And after these 5 singles picks, we're going to be down to 8 tag team picks. And that will be it. And then we'll do a quick rundown of the roster that I have captivated. And then we will do some parting statements about the future of this whole ordeal. Man, and I'll tell you what, this was a difficult roster to really discover and put together. It wasn't easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. Let's get to number 36. You guys ready? Let's do this. Number 36 into the Newscast Draft League here is none other than Karrion Kross, the former Killer Kross. Born July 19, 1985 from Las Vegas, Nevada. Rookie year 2010. Finisher down the rabbit hole. Interesting phrasing there. Greatest accomplishments, he was the NXT champion for about 2 or 3 days. He suffered an injury the following day and had to relinquish the title. So he has not been beaten for that title. He has not been beaten, period, in his NXT stay. Frankly, coming out to the ring alongside his side piece, or his girl, quite frankly, Scarlett Bordeaux. But, yeah, Karrion Kross, he's someone that he's intense. When he was in Impact, when he was in AAA, when he was in Lucha Underground, when he was in a lot of places before WWE, he had one of the best characters I thought I saw in wrestling at the time. His promos were very strict, they were very quiet, but they had a somber and intense mood about it. And someone like Karrion Kross, he's a big guy, I need meat, pause, but nonetheless, he's a guy that I need in my league because he's a guy that I want to build as my, quite frankly, Sid Vicious. I don't want to get into my whole Sid Vicious love fest again like I did last newscast here, but If I wanna create a modern day Sid Vicious, I would use Karrion Kross. None of this supernatural bullshit. None of this corny shit that they have him and Scarlett do. No, it doesn't to me fit him. Impact was different in the sense that he was intense. He came off as a quote unquote serial killer, if you will. But if I'm running this league the way I'm running it, I'm having Karrion Kross run roughshod on a lot of people as the modern day Sid, to where he can become a potential future world champion. That's what I would do. A man can dream. All right, pick number 37. We are almost down to the wire, folks. Get your rosters all finalized and ready here. Number 37. 37. Never do that again. Never do that again. Number 37 in the draft pick, none other than Tay Conti. That's right. Picking Tay Conti for my women's division as well. A rookie in my women's division, but nonetheless, she's someone that I see a lot of potential with as well. June 5th, June 9th, 1995 was when she was born. From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rookie year 2017, barely starting out, a little under 5 years. Her finish with a pendulum judo slam that she's been doing as of late. Her greatest accomplishment was challenging for the NWA Women's title recently on Dynamite last week against champion Serena Deeb. I thought Tay Conti put on a stellar performance, at least in terms of what she's been doing in her own way, in my opinion. I'm really intrigued by someone like Tay Conti. I think Tay Conti is somebody that you give her another year or two, and she's truly going to be great. She clearly is better now than she was when she was in NXT or back at the Performance Center. And I want to speak about Tay Conti for a quick second because it goes a little deeper than that. Tay Conti is an indictment to the way things are run in that Performance Center. A lot of those talents will spend 3, 4, 5 years in the PC and never get called up. And when they do finally get called up, they're not properly ready to be prime time. They're not properly able to carry a full match with other people. And Tay Conti was one of those people when she was Tainara Conti. But ever since coming to AEW, granted it was rocky at start, but as time came along, as things were starting to go along, Tay Conti got better, and now she's more comfortable. I can see it. I look at her eyes, and she's really performing in a lot of ways that she never could have back a mere 2 years ago. And for that, I want to bring someone that will put a lot of determination and a lot of heart into what they do. And I'm picking Tay Conti as someone that I want to build in the future along with Kiera Hogan in my women's division. Absolutely. Whew! All right, folks. You guys ready? 38. Let's get number 38 out of the way. Number 38. Wardlow! Big boy Warlord. It's wartime! Born January 19th, 1988 from Cleveland, Ohio. Rookie year 2014. His finisher, the devastating F10. And also that move where he puts him in the turnbuckle and drops him all the way down to his knee. Devastating. I don't know what to call that, but it's great. Also, his greatest accomplishment to me, quite frankly, has been joining Chris Jericho's inner circle with MJF during that whole power struggle that's going on in that group. Also had his great match with Cody earlier last year in that epic steel cage match where Cody did a moonsault off the top. Oh, man. Wardlow, let me tell you something. Wardlow, he's got something. He's got a lot of potential. And I know I've been using that word potential. I've said the word potential so many times in a drinking game. He'd be dead. He wouldn't be listening right now. But that's really what I see here. Wardlow is somebody that you want to build into your roster to do great things in the future. And quite frankly, I think Wardlow is somebody that AEW has done a good job with, quite frankly, into making their own. And I heard what I believe Wardlow said last week or so, where he got an offer from WWE, but they were slow on the response, and he wasn't trying to wait any longer. He wanted to make moves, and when AEW made the call, put 2 and 2 and get him. The rest is history. I think AEW made a great signing picking Wardlow. He's somebody that you can see as a world champion one day, but quite frankly, I can just see him as a great baby face. When the day he breaks away from Inner Circle, and especially MJF, oh my lord, that is going to be, that feud and that turn is going to be quite epic. Maybe, I don't know, Could it match the epicness of the Batista turn from Evolution and Triple H? Who knows? But I have faith. Alright, 2 more picks, folks. 2 more singles pick, and then we'll get into our tag picks, and we are done. Alright. This has been a fun night. Alright, number 39. Number 39 into the draft pick here for the league. Another from Stardom. Konami! Oh yeah! This one was a little bit difficult with the people I wanted to pick, but Konami I had to get in here. A little bit late, but I had to get her in here. From Fukuyama, Hiroshima, Japan. Rookie year 2014 finisher. Her Triangle Lancer. Current Goddess of Stardom champion. Alongside with Odo Tai. There you go. With B. Priestley. Konami also trained by Asuka Kana, one of her students back in the day. Was part of the Tokyo Cyber Squad, obviously. But Konami is one of the better technicians, and obviously one of the best wrestlers in that company as well. I feel like Konami doesn't get as much credit or gets as much shine as she should. That was kind of my whole point with Siryu when I picked her, in the sense that I see Konami being so much bigger than what she currently is in that company. And I feel like if Stardom, and I know Stardom just got bought by Bushiroad, and Bushiroad have their own way and their own philosophy of how they want to push certain talent for Stardom. I get it, but I think Konami is someone, I mean, she was trained under Asuka. She is a student of hers. She has wrestled with Stardom quite well and quite long for a lot of ways. I think Konami is someone that if you put a lot of investment and put a little interest into, you have something there. You can really cultivate something really special. And that's something that I really appreciate from Konami, and that's why I'm bringing her into my roster. And man, may I say, my women's division looks absolutely marvelous. Not as marvelous as myself, but damn close. If there was anything else that was marvelous as me, this would be damn close. So, there you have it. Last pick, number 40. Who could number 40 be? Who could number 40 be? I wonder. Let's find out together. The number 40 pick is my man, Kenta! From New Japan Pro Wrestling. You thought I was going to leave out Kenta? Oh, hell no. From Tokyo, Japan. His obvious finisher, the go to sleep. His greatest accomplishments, one-time GHC heavyweight champion in Noah, and a one-time neverweight champion. Currently holding the briefcase for the U.S. title, currently held by Jon Moxley over in New Japan. You know what? Kenta is someone, when I was growing up as a kid and I was following Japan wrestling at an early age, Kenta was one of those people that interested me from the jump. There was a lot of people like that. Kenta, you know, Prince Devitt, Tanahashi, obviously, Kushida, Magnum Tokyo, all those guys. But Kenta is someone that I looked at and I thought, man, he's so great at what he does. How does he do it? But I'm glad to see that he's having a future. He has a career now in New Japan. Kind of started rough at first, but now he's part of the Bullet Club, the group that just simply will never die, for God's sakes. But nonetheless, there you go. All right, there you go. Our 40 picks, our 40 single picks. And I will run down all those picks at the end, but we have to get through our tag teams first. Now, it's 8 tag teams, so that would be 16 people you're adding after the 40 people that you're just adding. So, if everybody's ready, we're going to get to our first draft pick. All right? And when I'm looking at it, like I started out in the first few moments of this draft, I'm picking for greatness. I'm picking for the best of the best. And doggone it, I got the best. Because they are the best. My first tag team that I am picking is none other than FTR of All Elite Wrestling. Now, granted, you want to pick a tag team that's going to really represent the tag team division that you want to put in your league. And to me, I think FTR currently are the best tag team in the world right now. And if you want to tie it in with people like the Young Bucks or who have you, fine. They're 1A or 1B. But nonetheless, the FTR team of, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, they're great. And I think coming to AEW has been a godsend for them. Asheville, North Carolina, formed in 2014. The finisher known as the Big Ring. An honor to Mr. Brody Lee. Rest in peace, my man. A one-time AEW Tag Team Champion and a two-time NXT Tag Team Champions back in the days of the Revival. So, had to get my man. You gotta have to get my man the FTR in there. So there you go. There you go. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, how am I gonna do this here, man? Okay, I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. FTR. Alright, that's one down. That's one down and 7 more tag teams to go. We are almost done, folks. We are almost done with this draft episode of the Newscast. We will get to normal Newscast standards on the next episode, which could be next week. But don't hold my breath to it. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. So FTR was my first pick, so you're probably wondering who will be my second pick. Who would be my second pick to make? Well, this one's probably a little bit obvious. Oh, snap. Wait a minute. You know what? Okay, let's do this. How about this? Screw that up there. You know what? I'm just going to keep it on the screen because we only have 7 picks left and I don't want to do the whole Manger roll. You don't want to keep hearing the NFL trailers music all night. So, anyways, it'll come up here. But the second pick here next to FTR, I mean, who else could it be? If it's got to be FTR, you got to have the other best tag team in the world as well. And that is the Young Bucks coming in at number 2 of the Newscast draft. Matt and Nick Jackson from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Formed in 2004. Finisher the Meltzer Driver. Bang for your buck. All those type of moves. Current AEW Tag Team Champions. And a former IWGP Tag Team Champions as well. I believe they've also won a record 7-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions as well. I could be wrong or a little bit far off that number, but yes, indeed, your Young Bucks. If you're going to have FTR, you're going to have the Young Bucks as well. That's just a fact. I am very proud of my team here in the background for putting this all together. You guys have done a phenomenal job. Alright, that is 2 teams down, 6 more teams to go. There you go. By the way, as we kill some time here, in terms of ACW related news, as I stated, Victory should be coming out either next weekend or the weekend after, but be promised that within these next 2 weeks, you will have ACW Victory premiering on YouTube. I can promise you that. We might be either at the tail end of January or just a little shy over heading into February, but either way, we will have Victory coming up for you guys fairly soon. And I said it earlier in the Newscast if you didn't join it earlier, but I think to me, this may be one of the best non-animated events I've ever done for ACW. That's just my opinion. You may agree or disagree when we get to the event coming up in a matter of days, but that's the way I feel. It's just the way I feel. You'll see why. You'll see why all these nights of sleeping and, well, getting no sleep and getting tired was rough, but it was all worth it. But anyways, number 3, third pick. Who was my third team I'm picking for my league? I've got FTR, I've got the Young Bucks, and now I've got the Finessers. They are my first makeshift tag team, of Chris Bay from Impact and Isaiah Swerve Scott from NXT. They are the Finessers coming from Los Angeles, California. They formed in 2021 of this year. Their finisher is a V-trigger roundhouse combo, and their greatest accomplishments for Chris Bay, he is a former Impact X Division champion, and for Swerve Scott, he is a former MLW World Champion in his own right. They are the Finessers. They are a team that quite obviously makes sense. They fit well. They gel well. I feel that they are a cocky heel team that I could use for my league. They can get on everybody's nerves. They are talented to back up the words that you may not like, you may get annoyed by, but you ultimately got to say, hey, look, these guys are damn good. They are damn good. All right, so there we go. We've got the Finessers. Nice. So what do we got? We got FTR, we've got Young Bucks, and we've got the Finessers. Gotta say that's a pretty swank and solid tag team division so far, if I do say so myself. And now we've got 5 more teams left. We got 5 more teams left of this Newscast draft. Whew! Hey, you guys in the back. You guys did a good job. Thank you. You guys have done good. Put your hand down. I'm not going out to dinner with you. Not with that hair. Absolutely not. Hakeem, why do you do this? I ask myself that every day. But anyways, we get to our 4th pick here. We've got FTR, we've got Young Bucks, and we got the Finessers in my tag team division. So, who is going to be number 4? Who? Well, number 4 will go none other than the Usos of the WWE, Jimmy and Jay Uso from San Francisco, California, another California team in this draft. Year 4 was 2009. Their finisher is the obvious stereo-induced Uso splash. Greatest accomplishments: 4-time SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Have also been Raw Tag Team Champions and, in general, WWE Tag Team Champions throughout their career in WWE. I think Jay Uso, I could be wrong, I get them always mixed up, but I know Jay Uso's right now being the good pet for the Tribal Chief these days, and Jimmy is, I believe, injured at the moment, but, the Usos, I know a lot of people have their opinions about the Usos, that they might be overrated. I think they're one of the greatest tag teams in modern WWE history. Along with like the New Day and the Revival and American Alpha and all those other teams. I do believe that the Usos, when you give them proper teams to face against, they can put on spectacular performances that you would see anywhere else outside of WWE. Now granted, they're part of the Samoan Dynasty, so granted, their spot is going to be secure pretty much for a lifetime. But it's not because of their spotlight, quite frankly, that they're this good. They're just that talented. They're just that good at what they do when they're being put in front of the screen. And that's why I feel the Usos, if you will, my Usos are coming to my Newscast Draft League. So, 4 teams down, 4 more teams to go. We've got FTR, we've got the Young Bucks, we've got the Finessers, and we now have the Usos. Man, I tell you what, that tag team division, I got a great main event, I got a great women's division, I got a great mid-card division, I got a great hardcore division. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, why not? Let's add another tag team here. Our 5th draft pick of the night here. Joining the FTR, Young Bucks, the Finessers, and the Usos. Another dynasty, if you will. Proud and powerful. The former LAX of Impact, Santana and Ortiz, The team that's part of the Inner Circle, by the way, from New York City, New York, formed in 2011. Their finisher is obviously the Street Sweeper, a former 4-time Impact Tag Team Champions, as I stated, as when they were LAX alongside with Conan. I have been a fan of Proud and Powerful for quite some time. When I've heard their names, I've been aware of them being EYBFO, I believe. Sorry, EYFBO. There you go. I've heard of their names in the independent circuit, but I thought they were good, but I never thought they were anything special at that time. But when they came to LAX and got a new edge, got a new character, they got a new drive, they got a new layer into who they are as wrestlers, and then coming to AEW and just exemplifying what they've learned from Impact into AEW, I tell you what, I think Proud and Powerful are a true, really, really good tag team that a lot of people don't really think about when they talk about top tag teams in current wrestling. And I think they belong there. I mean, they're not the Young Bucks, they're not FTR, they're not the Usos, but they deserve to be up there. They can compete with all of them with ease. They can give them a run for their money. That's just my opinion, though. All right, here, let's check our draft picks here. No, there we go. There we go. All right, thought we had a problem there. We thought we had a little issue. All right, 5 picks down. 3 more picks to go. We got 3 more picks, folks. Thank you for sticking with us. And then some of you might be a little busy or tired just like me, but thank you for joining us for this Sunday evening of this Newscast draft as we find out our 6th pick of this draft. Our next pick joining will be none other than the Motor City Machine Guns, number 6. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin of the legendary duo from Detroit, Michigan, formed in 2004. Their finisher known as the Skull and Bones, and they were a former 2-time Impact Tag Team Champions. Motor City Machine Guns returning to Impact last year to the shock of a lot of people after being gone for so long amidst a lot of issues during the days of TNA a decade or so earlier. Alex Shelley, I believe, is currently out with something, I believe an undisclosed injury, but Chris Sabin is an Impact as well. He was a part of that 6-man main event match at Hard to Kill, which a lot of people gave rave reviews for. And look, I know people are saying, well, why are the Motor City Machine Guns so low? Well, granted, I mean, they've been gone for a while, and quite frankly, it's a new wrestling era to where I don't see them up in the totem pole as a lot of others. And quite frankly, they're also injury prone. They can be seen as unreliable as a team sometimes in that sense. But I can't leave them off the board. I can't leave them on the board. I mean, they're still a great tag team when they're given the chance. And a lot of teams that I picked today owe a lot of credit to the Motor City Machine Guns because they really elevated and innovated a lot of their moves and a lot of the way they performed and acted. To where a lot of people, still to this day, from the toppest of the top promotions to the bottom of the barrel independent promotions, still copy their moves and still will take their influences and apply it to their own craft. So I have to pick the Motor City Machine Guns to bring them over, regardless. All right, that's the 6th tag team. We've got 2 more tag teams. 2 more tag teams, and that will close out this great, fun draft. I've had a lot of fun with this show. I really have. Took me a lot of hours to get all this together, quite frankly. Had that air in the earlier part of the newscast, but we're all good. We're all fine now. We're all living life. Whew. All right. Number 7. Hit me with them digits. Number 7 in the draft pick from MLW, the legendary Von Erichs. Marshall and Ross Von Erich from Dallas, Texas, the sons of Kevin Von Erich, the legendary Kevin Von Erich, formed in 2012. Their finisher is obviously the Iron Claw, and their greatest accomplishments are being the MLW Tag Team Champions. I believe they lost those titles recently to the Los Park team earlier, I believe in the Coliseum match, but nonetheless, now if you know me, if you know me close enough, I am a fan of World Class Championship Wrestling. I'm a fan of a lot of the people that came from there and the way they cultivated an entire city in Dallas. Probably the only thing I like from Dallas, quite frankly. But yeah, it's sad. Obviously, we don't have to go through the whole Von Erich history and tragedy. I think everyone's aware and are used to what that is. But I'm glad to see that Kevin Von Erich has been able to live life forward after all that, and now has 2 sons wrestling as well, and carrying the Von Erich legacy alive to make it seem that they are the new generation of that lineage and that they are a part of the modern wrestling that they wrestle for today. So, Marshall and Ross Von Erich of the Von Erichs coming in to the Newscast Draft League. So, we got one more pick, folks. One more pick. And we are done with this draft for tonight. Who could that last pick be? Who could that last team be? I don't know. But we're going to find out. I want to thank the people on our staff in the background for doing us a solid and getting the best picks possible for this draft. I truly do appreciate what you have done for all of us here tonight. But with that said, folks, our final tag team pick and our final pick overall of this draft, drumroll please, number 8 pick for my league. None other than Imperium. Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel from Hamburg, Germany, from Imperium of that stable, along with Alexander Wolf and their leader, who I drafted earlier, Walter. Their greatest accomplishment is obviously being the one-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Their finisher is the Uppercut Doomsday device. Imperium is a team that they are very old school in the sense of how they wrestle, in the sense of how they conduct themselves into wrestling and into NXT UK. The Imperium stable in general, quite frankly, is one of those stables that I am a fan of and I truly do like. And I think they don't get enough credit in terms of, as at least a team, how Achner and Barthel operate and perform as a team. So yeah, I want to bring them to my tag team division, and ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is our first ever Newscast draft. I had a lot of fun with that. It went pretty smooth, except for that one error earlier. But let's do one final rundown to just let you know where everything stands at the moment. So, here's where everything stands. The 40 picks that we started off first off. Number 1, Kazuchika Okada. 2, Roman Reigns. 3, Jon Moxley. 4, Kenny Omega. 5, Io Shirai. 6, Walter. 7, Shingo Takagi. 8, Hikaru Shida. 9, Bailey. 10, Kota Ibushi. 11, Big E. 12, Sasha Banks. 13, Pac. 14, Rey Fenix. 15, Adam Page. 16, Tetsuya Naito. 17, Deonna Purrazzo. 18, MJF. 19, Hiromu Takahashi. 20, Kevin Owens. 21, Darby Allin. 22, Drew McIntyre. 23, Eddie Kingston. 24, Thunder Rosa. 25, Santos Escobar. 26, Alexander Hammerstone. 27, Kyle O'Reilly. 28, Suri. 29, Ricky Starks. Number 30, Bobby Lashley. 31, Moose. 32, Dakota Kai. 33, Mustafa Ali. 34, Timothy Thatcher. 35, Kiera Hogan. 36, Karrion Kross. 37, Ty Conti, 38, Wardlow. 39, Konami. And number 40, Kenta. Those are the 40 singles picks. And then, as we get down to our team picks here, 1, FTR. 2, Young Bucks. 3, the Finessers. 4, the Usos. 5, Proud and Powerful. 6, the Motor City Machine Guns. 7, the Von Erichs. And 8, Imperium. And ladies and gentlemen, with those 56 picks that I just named, that is my roster from this first ever Newscast draft. Whew! Folks, I put a lot of work into that thing, man. I put a lot of work into that draft with the graphics, with the structure, with the noises and the sounds and the ambiance of how to create this draft. It was a lot to produce, but it was worth it. I had a lot of fun doing it. As I stated earlier in the newscast, in March we will put together our first ever pay-per-view event with the rosters that we have, and then we'll go and compare and contrast what we have. So make sure you guys keep those spreadsheets that you guys used for this draft, because you'll need them to put together match cards down the pathway road in March. So keep those spreadsheets and don't lose them. But nonetheless, that is our newscast draft, our first ever one. I want to thank every single one of you for joining us. Thank you for enduring this draft. Thank you for staying even after that error in the beginning of the draft. I appreciate each and every single one of you for doing so. ACW Victory will be out hopefully by next weekend, but if it's not out there by time, constraints and what have you, it'll be out definitely the following week. So hopefully next weekend, definitely the following week after that. That I can promise you with that. And I am almost done with the Victory, and we'll see how that goes. So nonetheless, that is it for our newscast draft. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. I know you guys have an AFC game to watch. The Bucks defeated the Packers here tonight as well. Rodgers. But nonetheless, thank you for joining me here tonight. Hopefully next week we'll do a newscast. No promises, but we'll see if I can do a newscast for the Royal Rumble maybe. No promises. But other than that, thank you very much. I will see you guys when I see you guys. And as always, subscribe below. And as always, stay cool. Stay cool. I will see you guys later.